Hey guys, welcome to It's a Bronx Story.
Podcast by two lifelong Yankee fans about all things Yankees.
Alright, so we just wanted to make a quick episode breaking down some of the trades that have happened recently. On the Yankees side, we got Jose Trevino for Albert Abreu and blanking on his name, Robbie Alstrom, a minor leaguer, not a top prospect or anything. And then we also got Miguel Castro in a straight up trade for Joely Rodriguez. And then we'll also talk about, because it's relevant to the Yankees, the Sean Manaea trade that he went to the Padres. That's not relevant to the Yankees, but us not getting him is. So we'll break down our thoughts on that. So I guess we'll
Mhm.
get right into it. We'll start with Miguel Castro's trade because I think that's the easiest one to break down. We traded straight up for Joely.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts?
So it also just looking at the salary, they're making basically the same amount. So it really is just a one for one swap. Uh, it I think Miguel Castro has just off the year he had last year, he did really well, and he like pitched a lot of innings. He led the Mets in like appearances. So I do think he is. I really do like the trade. I just think it's weird that we're giving up a lefty, but and Joely was injured. No, he had like a pinched nerve toe.
Yeah, I don't know how injured he was, but
Mhm.
it was it definitely wasn't like anything super serious. But I
Mhm.
liked the trade just because Joely couldn't get righties out,
He could
and
not.
Miguel Castro has a really good ground ball rate, and he has filthy stuff. So
He doesn't give up a lot of hits. I know. So the thing is with relievers is that they're so volatile. You never know what you're gonna get from year to year. Like even unless they're like really elite, most relievers are kind of volatile. So even though Castro had a good year last year, doesn't mean he's guaranteed to have another good year this year. But I like the underlying stats. He doesn't give up home runs. He doesn't give up a lot of hits. I don't know what his walk rate is, but that's just a good recipe as a reliever. And also, at the by the end of it, I was kind of over Joelly. Like you
yeah,
said, he just couldn't get righties out. Like he did have a good ERA with us, but I it was through kind of the situations we used him. We kind of used him as more of a mop up guy than anything. So I I really like this trade. I think it's a win for the Yankees. We'll
yep,
see how it works out though.
yeah. That's about that. It's not a huge trade, not a blockbuster. I think it's
I think the biggest news is that it's between the Yankees and Mets. It's
yeah,
not really the players involved, but the fact that the Yankees and Mets made a move
yeah,
together. So I think
yeah.
that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, so then jumping to the Jose Trevino trade, we traded Albert Abreu and Robbie Alstrom. I don't care about Robbie Alstrom. I don't honestly don't know who that is, but Albert
Neither
Abreu,
do the Yankees. Did you see that thing where
yeah, they
they
didn't
didn't
even
even
tell
tell
him.
him that he got traded?
Found out on Instagram, poor guy.
Yeah.
But Albert
Yeah.
Abreu had like he started to play pretty well last year, and like if you
Hmm.
take out the two really bad games that he actually had a pretty good
Hmm.
year. But he had no options, and we have
Hmm.
a lot of young pitchers that just have options and could be really
Yeah.
useful in the bullpen. So I think it was just
Hmm.
the Yankees getting what they could get for a player that didn't have a great spot on the team.
Yeah, because like you said, he was out of options, so like they were going to be in a weird, tricky situation where it's like they couldn't send him down if they really needed to, and it was just it was a bad situation. I could see him developing into a good reliever, but the Yankees I think they got a really good catcher in Trevino. Just in his defensive value is that he's a really good framer, one of the
Yeah.
best. Like I think he's 99th percentile in framing, and then he also has a really good arm. So
Yeah.
it seems like that's kind of the Yankees' approach. They really value defense in their catchers. So
Yeah.
I think I'm overall I'm like it was I when I first heard this trade I was kind of confused. I was like, well, why do we need another catcher? Right? Does that mean I can't pronounce his name? How do you pronounce his name,
Rortvet.
Ryan? Yeah, like I was like, so this must mean that his injury is more significant than the Yankees are letting on,
Mm-hmm.
just because if they got that extra depth just for their catching position. But
Yeah.
I do like the trade. Like I don't think I'm not crying that we got rid of Abreu. He's 26 years old. He's kind of past his prospect, name. Like he's no longer a prospect.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with the trade.
Yeah, same. It's again not a huge trade. I think Trevino could
Both
help with defense,
hmm
but it's he's a backup catcher. Like
hmm
I'm not super excited.
Yeah, both trades are not super sexy trades. You know,
Yeah, no,
it's
not at
not
all.
trading for a starter, right? It's
Yeah.
nothing like that. So now we kind of set up this. Now the Padres traded for Sean Manaea, and the Yankees missed out on it. Well, what are your thoughts on the Yankees missing out on Manaea?
I think I don't think they were super into Manaea because if you look
hmm
at the package, like it was the 12th and 26th ranked prospect for the Padres. The Yankees
hmm
obviously could have beat that if they really wanted Manaea.
Yeah.
So I just don't think they really believe in his stuff and like
hmm
how it would play in New York City. I don't know
hmm
why I said New York City instead of just in the Bronx or in New York, but
Yeah.
I feel like the Yankees just don't really want him.
Yeah, the Yankees totally could have topped that offer. Just it was the 12th and 26th
Yeah.
best prospects in there. The
Hmm.
Yankees have a better uh, farm system. Just we made a trade with the Padres. Justin Lang is
Yeah.
how that's how I'm going to pronounce his name, but he was the Padres' eighth best prospect according to MLB Pipeline, and then we have him as our 23rd ranked, so clearly we have a better farm system.
Hmm.
So if we use our 12th and 26th prospect, that would have been Medina and then Josh Bro. I don't know how to
Bro.
pronounce. Yeah. So that would have been our comparable pick. But even then, I don't think that's technically comparable because I think both players are better than the prospects the Padres gave up just because our farm system is more loaded.
Yeah.
So we definitely could have beat the trade, but I'm not beating myself up that the Yankees didn't do it. You know, there was an ace player that we wanted, and it was Frankie Montas. That's kind of the starter we've been looking at the whole time. Like, of the A's pitchers that were available or known to be available, I think our ranking would go Montas, Bassett, Manaea. I really do have concerns about Manaea playing in New York.
Yeah. I cannot believe that the Yankees wanted him bad and didn't get him
Mm-hmm.
with that package. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with the belief that they don't like what they see, and I
Mm-hmm.
trust the Yankees analytics department a little bit more than I trust myself. I know that
Mm-hmm.
obviously they've made some bad moves here and there, but like they wouldn't have risked much if they made this trade, so they must really not like him.
Yeah. Well, pull up his StatCast page. Uh, so just off what I know about him, I know he doesn't walk a lot of guys, which is really good. He's a lefty, so those are two things in his category that I really like about him. But he doesn't have spin rate, and he doesn't really throw that hard, and he gets hit hard. I think those are recipe for a disaster in New York, especially in Yankee Stadium. He gets hit hard, he can't throw fast, and his fastball has no spin. So he's not striking guys out. He's not a strikeout pitcher. So hitters are going to, you know, put the ball in play, and that's just not good in Yankee Stadium. More often than not, you're probably going to be giving up a home run. So I don't think I don't think he's a bad pitcher. I don't think he's a good pitcher in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, and then people could make the argument of like, oh, compare him to Jordan Montgomery because they're both kind of finesse. They don't
Mm-hmm.
throw super hard. They're lefties, but Monty has it's still pretty average spin, but it's much better than Manaea. He gets a
Mm-hmm.
lot more chases and whiffs. He doesn't get hit as hard. Like the strikeouts are about the same. He walks people a little bit more, but like most of his stats are much better than Manaea's savant wise.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't really think Manaea is gonna be like is that great, and I definitely don't think he'd be very good. Like imagine Manaea going up against the Blue Jays in Yankee Stadium or Toronto, like he's just gonna get
Mm-hmm.
shelled.
Yeah.
Like it's
There's
just
one good thing about Manaea. He did no hit the Red Sox, what, a couple of years ago?
yep. Yeah, and
So
Paxton
that's
no
really
hit the Blue
good.
Jays, but that doesn't mean I want
Yeah.
Paxton on my team.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. Like I think I'm happy with the Yankees just passing on this trade. If it was Frankie Montas that they acquired,
If
I
this
would be
trade was
pissed.
done for Frankie Montas and we didn't match it, I would be livid. But I have a feeling
Yep,
Frankie Montas is a much, much, much better package because he's a better pitcher with another year of control.
exactly. Yep,
And I,
exactly.
I don't think he's going to get traded until like the deadline time frame when
Hmm.
more teams will probably have a need for a pitcher because of
Yeah,
injuries, poor performances, all that.
yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm I want to. I'm interested to see Manaea's splits between home and road. I My guess would be that he's better at home, but I just want to confirm that. But
um, Savant doesn't. Oh, yep, Savant does. Okay, no, he's 3.9 ERA at home, 3.94 ERA away.
yeah, he's kind of the same
So, yeah,
pitcher, which is I'm
same
kind of
exact amount
shocked
of
by that.
strikeouts, more home runs at home. Oh wait, no, that's a counting stat. That doesn't really work. Yeah, I mean he's pretty much the exact same.
That's interesting. I still
Wow,
think
wait. He had a 9.9 ERA in August last year. That is
insane.
tough.
Well, that's part of he was one of the reasons why the A's had that big collapse.
Yeah, because he had
Remember,
a
like they
3.19 ERA before the All Star break and a 4.92 after.
hmm Yeah, no, yeah, he was one of the contributing factors of the A's just like falling off completely, which was like they had the best record in June, maybe start of July, and then they just missed the playoffs completely.
Yeah.
So I think there's a reason why, and it's not just the Yankees didn't match it; no other team matched it.
Yeah.
So I just don't think he's valued that highly around the league. So I do just for the reasons that I said, but like I do think the Yankees analytics just looked at it and it was just like it's just not going to work out. It's just not worth having him
Yeah. I
on our
agree.
team.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, this is a short episode, but like,
I think we just needed to have our reactions to it.
yeah.
I really wanted to just come out here and have like a really hot take where I'm just like burning Cashman for not making this deal, but I really can't. Just looking at it, there's nothing I could say about this trade where I'm just like I hate it. You know?
Yeah. Like, I don't really think we're going to make any big trades before the season at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
However, we could talk really quick about Judge that we haven't extended him yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
It's getting
really hope it
close.
gets done because if we go into the season and they stop their talks and we have to get to the end of the
Mm-hmm.
year before they resume them again, I'm not going to be very happy. And
Yeah.
like the Yankees have supposedly been offering 30 million for the AAV. I definitely think that should be able to get it done. I think
It's just a matter of the years.
they're probably saying, "Oh, 4 or 5 years."
Mm-hmm.
And Judge is saying 7 or 8 and probably a little higher AAV and they're just
Mm-hmm.
not getting through yet, but I still have hope that they'll get it done.
Yeah. Has there been any rumors on what Judge's demands are? I haven't seen anything come out saying like Judge wants, 8 years, 35 million a year.
Yeah,
Like I haven't
no,
seen anything come out about what are Judge's demands. I've heard the Yankees offered I like you said offered 30 million, but I haven't heard anything on the years either. It's just like this is what they offered. It's kind of I know they like to work in secret and they could be negotiating right now, but I really wish this would have happened a lot sooner. Just
I
I want him
yeah,
extended as soon as possible.
just offer him like 6 years, 200 million, or 7 years, 225, and just get it
Mm-hmm.
done. Like
Yeah.
we need
Do
Aaron
do you have
Judge.
concerns about him staying healthy throughout that whole contract
I
or
mean,
being able?
obviously there are concerns, but like he was healthy last year. Um,
Mm-hmm.
other than the COVID stuff, I don't really think he
Mm-hmm.
had any injuries last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going off that. Like he was healthy. He changed what he did last offseason and it seemed to
Mm-hmm.
work. So let's just hope that that continues.
I think his play. So that's the real main concern is that whether or not he can stay healthy. I think his skill set still plays up even as he gets older. I
I mean,
know
when
you're
he's like
saying.
35, he's probably not going to be an elite outfielder
Mhm,
anymore. That's like the issue with Judge is when he gets older, if he needs to move to DH, like him or Stanton have to learn first base
mhm,
if that's going to be like the move because you can't have both. Like they're not both. They're not going to be able to play the outfield in their late 30s.
mhm. Yeah.
That's my only concern. And like if you look at what Judge's injuries are, it's not like he has a lot of muscle issues. It's he broke his hand or wrist or whatever by getting hit by a pitch and missed a ton of
Mhm.
time, and he
Yeah.
broke a rib diving for a ball.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
hasn't had
The
a
shoulder
ton of
injuries, but yeah, it's been all different things that kind of just like been compounding. You
yeah,
know.
and it's not a ton of like deep muscle issues that
Mhm,
are always reoccur. Like Luke Voigt has a lot of muscle issues that
mhm,
just always reoccur, and like Stanton was like that too. And I
mhm.
think that's why they're focusing so much on like agility and getting lean and stuff, and not just bodybuilding all the
Mhm.
time.
Yeah. But yeah, I not a long episode, but it's something that I think we needed to put out there just as an update on what the Yankees are doing. But
Yeah. Yep. And the opening day is just a few days away. I'm so excited. Can't wait.
I can't wait, can't wait.
Yeah.
I still so just a little bit of story time. The Yankees announced Derek Jeter's like. Do you want to talk about it, Ryan? So it's
Sure.
September 9th. Yeah.
Yeah, so September 9th, they're doing the Hall of Fame ceremony for Derek Jeter. And Jatinder and I went to the Mariano Rivera one a few years ago. And it's basically like he throws out first pitch. They have a little ceremony for him. They put the plaque in Monument Park, I believe. And then
Mm-hmm.
he just kind of goes around the stadium saying hi to the fans. And they're going to do the same thing for Jeter. I'd assume it's going to be the same idea. And we were working when this happened. And like obviously we knew right then and there that we have to be at that game. And I checked the tickets like the second they announced it, and they were like normal price, like for section 105. And for people that don't know Yankee Stadium, that's right field, right behind like Aaron Judge,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like $100 for a ticket, which is like a pretty average price for those seats. And then I texted Jatinder, like I texted my girlfriend Bridget and like some other people to see who wants to go, and then 20 minutes later, those tickets were $300. So they obviously shot up and they're basically sold out on the Yankees official tickets website.
Yeah.
But
And
but we got
we ended
tickets.
up but we ended up paying more for this game than opening day to the Red Sox, which is just wild
Yeah,
to
and
me.
we're sitting in 110 for the Red Sox and 417 for the Jeter game. So first deck field level versus fourth deck, and the fourth
Yeah.
deck was more expensive. But
I'm
I think
excited though. That's gonna
both
be a
games should be
really
sold out.
yeah. Yep. Yep.
Oh wait, I forgot I have my camera. Hold on, I can show you the Mo plaque for anyone that
Oh.
doesn't know. I almost fell out of my chair.
I can't see Ryan.
Okay. I don't know if this is gonna be like backwards for everyone. But yeah, this is the Mo plaque. It's just a little replica of his Hall of Fame plaque.
This is really cool. I
Yeah.
think we both went to that game without knowing that we were going to that game.
Yeah, my Bridget got me tickets for my birthday and didn't know that was the Mariano game.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for the Jeter game and opening day. But yeah, all right. So that was a quick one, and we'll be back with, excuse me, we'll be back with our Yankees predictions before opening day, and hopefully the MLB predictions.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you enjoyed the episode, please check us out on Twitter and Instagram at the Bronx Story, and leave a rating and review on the podcast websites, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and then a like on YouTube if you watched on YouTube. So thanks, guys.
Let's go Yankees. Let's play ball. Extend Judge already.
Bye, guys.
See ya.